And wow, we are doing something completely out of left field compared to what we've been doing in the past.
You know, usually I'd think that something like this would be kind of the anti commentary sort of game.
Well, it still kind of is. I mean, the fact that we are doing this, but I was really in love with this game after I beat it the first time, and was like, you know what? I really want to record it.
Agreed. The original idea was for you and I to do it together.
Yeah, but you never told me that until
Yes,
after
I did.
got.
You just happened to be in a recording binge back when I was visiting Eric in Arizona.
Yeah.
And you're just like, fuck it, I feel like recording shit.
Yeah, because I think around that time was when I was recording Uncharted as well.
You were recording Uncharted, Jack and Daxter.
No, Jack and Daxter
sorry.
was just a few weeks
ago. It was
ago.
Uncharted, Spyro, Wind Waker, Splatoon.
Not really, because Wind Waker...
Dude, I remember it was everything you gave me back at when we met up at AWA.
Yeah, but I did Uncharted, when I got back to school, because that only took, 2 days. And then...
Oh, no, you were in the process of recording Uncharted. It was Ratchet and Clank, my bad.
Yeah, it was Spyro, Ratchet...
Wind Waker, Splatoon, and I believe there was a fifth one.
No, I think that was it.
Anyways.
I mean, there was also Sly Cooper, but I don't think that was it.
So, yeah, this was by that game company. And just like John, when he covered it for his review, I cannot say it any other way other than that game company.
Have you guys actually ever played any of the other games these guys have made?
I tried out
Which one
Flower was them, wasn't it?
Yes.
Which one was the one that was the one where you were a deep sea diver?
I know which one you're talking about, but I don't think that was them.
No, it was actually.
Nope, looking it up.
It was different name, but it's a lot of the same people.
That game company.
I think I know what game you're talking about. Was
Journey,
it called
Flower,
Abzu?
Flow, and Cloud.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
I remember Flow actually.
Here's the thing. This was they're under a different name now. And they made
Oh, so John, I have to ask, is this a, I guess, for lack of a better term, 100% playthrough?
Nope. This was recorded literally right after I beat the game the first time.
I'm trying to remember. There's the extending your scarf, and then there's
apparently, because I just found this out today, there's something called the white robe that you can unlock.
Yes,
but
that's if you that's if you max out your scarf.
It is called Lothric, land where the law, where the Lord
I'm trying to
of
remember
Fire...
what are the other collectibles besides scarf pieces.
There's a few hidden murals you can find around.
Oh yeah.
But that's really about it. But really, this is a game that don't use a guide for. Really don't. The first
I actually
time I
managed
played this game,
I think I found a good majority of the murals.
I found some during this playthrough I never knew about. So
by the way, I see this.
So you're not getting all the murals, but you're going for all the ones that you knew about, as well as the ones...
I just went to the ones I found. That's pretty much it. I literally just played through the game.
Did you do this? Is this your first playthrough?
Probably the second one. It was either the second or third. I don't remember because this was recorded back at late August. Because I did this in one sitting. Because this playthrough is really short. I mean, this is only a 5-part playthrough, and it's only...
That's why we're putting this together with Uncharted, so it evens out.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm sorry. I see this little pilgrimage across a land that has a lot of what I can only assume are tombstones and things that mark the dead, and I can only think of Dark Souls 3. It is called Lothric, the land where the Lords of Cinder converge.
I mean, you're not too wrong, because, okay, so, let's get into this now. This game is very highly,
It's very show not tell.
Yeah,
yes.
and I don't mean any offense by this, but it's a say-nothing game.
And that's perfectly fine, because this game is so like I don't think, unlike Flower, which has a message that I'm kind of like I think I understand, but I'm not sure.
Oh.
Journey, I somewhat do get what's going on, but if you do want to look deeper, you can do that. But for the general story, I don't think it's that hard to kind of piece together what's going on. So like this right here is kind of like describing all the tombstones are like other wanderers that are no longer in this world.
Yeah, I'm kind of pissed right now because for this recording, I actually went back to like back when we were intending to do this like months ago. I went back to my original playthrough, and going back to seeing all the murals I unlocked, and I managed to get a really firm understanding of the story, and I'm completely drawing a blank at it now. I'm kind of pissed right now because I'm forgetting.
Generally, this is what I see, and this isn't gonna really go into too much detail yet, but we are the last of the Wanderers. Well, supposed to be one of the few of the last ones, because you can run into other Wanderers through online play. And this right here is something that is not on your first playthrough. That is basically, in case you wanted to...
That's a chapter select.
Yeah, basically. Because that's what this area is, for the most part. Now, like I said, though, we are like one of the last of the Wanderers. And we are on a pilgrimage...
So what was with that jump cut? Sorry.
I think I just dotted around a little bit because I was trying to see if there was anything else that was different, but really it was just that and a few other places that...
Remind me, what does that call thing do? I'm trying to remember. It's been forever since I played this game.
For the most part, it's just meant... So, your scarf there, you'll notice that a few times that there are lettering or symbols that will appear on it.
Yeah, that's your glide meter, essentially.
Yeah, and it's a way to kind of activate things that are pretty much kind of the same thing of what we are. Also, what's kind of interesting is that the symbol that you shout out every playthrough is different. It's never the same.
Ah.
Yeah. Because my first playthrough, I know for a fact it looked different than the one that was in this. But like I said, that we are the last of the Wanderers, and now we're kind of like traveling to this thing that we're gonna start getting visions about, like this this light in the distance that we need to go investigate. So that's more or less the whole plot of the game, from what I get out of it. There is some other stuff here and there, like how these people were an ancient civilization that really got fucked over, but that's about it. So it's very easy to understand, I think.
Okay. I don't have much of a problem with pieces of media that are more like that are a lot more show don't tell. I mean, like that's basically like an art museum in a nutshell.
Yeah.
But my personal preference when it comes to games that are going to be artistic in that is
that it has some sort of direction.
No, I wouldn't say that this doesn't have direction. I think that
or not I guess if not direction, more so some sort of clue, as what I was trying to get to, rather than just...
Or rather, I think I was a bit bothered by how, like, there seems to be a trend in trying to make the stuff
You're not going to explore the rest of the ruins?
Because there's really nothing else here. It's all the chapter select stuff.
As I was saying. I think, one of my friends, put it really well when he was just like, I like stuff that's very show not tell, but I don't like to have, but, you know, I like to have that sparingly. I like to be able to appreciate it.
You'd like to have, rather than, you don't mind being left to your own devices to make of it what you will. You just like to have some sort of direction and some guidance so that you're not entirely filling the blanks yourselves entirely.
Yeah, and to be fair, like, my complaint also more has to do with what was at one point a trend that was going on with indie games, where a lot of them were doing were doing the show don't tell. The problem, like, again, my problem isn't that they were doing it; it was that there were so many.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember at the E3 press conference, whichever one it was talking about the two, like, these two souls of fate want to be together but never can be, or some shit like that?
I don't...
That sounds familiar.
I don't remember. No.
My friend, I know for a fact my friend Andrew played it, and I did watch him play it, and it did look like a fun game, but usually when it comes to, like, the artsy type of games, that game company, to me, is the only ones that's been able to do it, for the most part, the correct way.
Well, I would say that Night in the Woods does it really well, but that's mostly because it doesn't do a show don't tell. It tells you what it's talking about. It tells you all that. It tells you all right, and it's not afraid about what it's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, that's just on the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, well, Scott Benson himself said that he did that intentionally.
One indie game that apparently has a really, really good story, I've not played it, I do have it, is Gone to the Moon or something like that. It's not Gone Home. It's a thing called Something to the Moon. I know that. I just can't remember the full title of it.
Oh, by the way, you can just put this here. Scott Benson count 1.
I don't know who that is.
He's the guy he was the animator and writer for Night in the Woods.
Oh, okay.
Also, I like the fact that you actually picked that up, but you didn't pick up the one that was obviously right there, right in front of the chapter select.
I honestly wasn't paying attention that much.
Dude, it's a big flowy thing, and you didn't pick it up.
Aren't you kind of defeating some of the purpose of like kind of the appeal of these types of games by telling him how to do it?
No, I'm just more. I'm not telling him how. I'm just saying like he just blatantly missed it.
I mean, as long as you understand.
To the point of the fact that he was staring at it for quite a while, and I was just like, nah.
No, I like a challenge. Honestly, I gotta say though,
for me, sorry, real quick,
go
for
ahead,
me when I'm playing this game, there's one thing I always tried to do whenever I play the game, is collect as many scarf pieces as I can, because holy shit, does it help in just moving around.
Yes, it fucking does.
So like whenever I see someone just like in that case, like back in the chapters, like when you missed it, I was like, why?
But I should say this too. That game company's, in terms of anything they've made, Journey is easily my favorite. Because it was really weird how I even came across... Like, I've known about Journey for years and stuff, but it wasn't until I moved back into my current college dorm where my roommate has PlayStation Plus, and he had this game back when it was free a few years ago, I think.
It was free during the summer. That's when I picked it up.
Oh wait, I already remember the game that I was thinking of. Abzu.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I knew it was called something like that. And
Abzu, yeah, dude, Abzu is so chill.
Yeah, I
There's
really
another.
that's my. Ooh, I love that one. Even though it scares the shit out of me sometimes.
We also found another Wanderer, by the way, who we will be journeying with for a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yay, scarf extension.
Yay, I can fly for a little bit longer.
Also,
Honestly,
yes, also this is where you will always run into your adventurers.
I swear there's a point in the game...
After you assemble the bridge, you are triggered to, if you are online, that's when you will meet up with your next adventure, with your fellow companion.
Also, I just want to say, because I know we haven't really commented on this yet, but I really fucking love the way this game looks.
Yes.
Yeah, I love the visual design.
Like, this is one of those cases I really wish I had an Elgato. I have an AverMedia capture card.
I
and
can
it's one of
tell
the ones...
it's not really fully HD.
No, it is HD. This is recorded at 720p, but not 1080, which this game fucking deserves.
Yes. Dude, this game looks gorgeous.
But at the same time, I didn't want to record because my capture card can record at 1080 30, but not 1080 60. Unfortunately,
honestly, this is a game that doesn't really need 60.
Well, I like anytime I record a game, I like it to be as close to how it looks when you're playing it as I can. I'm a really big stickler about that.
And so generally, when it comes to like if I have a choice between resolution or frame rate when I'm recording. Also because I already know that with YouTube's compression, I try to go for as high resolution as possible. Because I know like YouTube doesn't go. Does YouTube go 60?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like generally, I'd prioritize resolution over frame rate because of YouTube's compression.
Well, every video that, like, even for the RAWs that I make for you guys, so that way we can all watch this, even though I know you're not watching it the same quality as I am, I do try to render it in the same frame rate because I do want everything to be as consistent as possible because it drives me nuts when it's not.
Okay, what Miyazaki movie am I reminded of with that? I'm trying to think.
Out of all of them? I mean, if we're going by Studio Ghibli stuff here.
Ghibli.
Huh?
Ghibli.
It doesn't matter. I was gonna say, I'm kind of more reminded of, like, this is something like an ancient civilization like Laputa would be like. Either that or Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind.
No, you know what? I'm reminded of it's a bit of a stretch, I realize, but I'm sort of reminded of Castle in the Sky, where
That's Laputa.
yeah.
And that's the end of the part.
And that's Laputa, and that's the end of the part.